Fashion Week is a week-long event taking place in many different cities, the main ones being New York, London, Milan, and Paris. Fashion Week is a place where designers can showcase their work and show the world what they can do. Designers also use Fashion Week to display their upcoming collections to potential buyers.
The idea of Fashion Week dates back to 1858 when a man named Charles Frederick Worth created the concept of showing his clients his pre-prepared work of designs and his upcoming collections. Throughout history, the center of the fashion industry had been in Paris. However, this all changed in 1943 at the height of World War II. All through the early 19th century, there had been private designer showings that had become increasingly popular in Paris. So much so that journalists, publicists, and even the paparazzi had started attending these showings every year. This changed, however, when the Nazi occupation in France prevented these annual attenders to travel there. An American fashion publicist named Eleanor Lambert changed the history of American fashion when she proposed the idea of having this annual event in New York. Eleanor Lambert's opportunity to divert the fashion industry from Paris to America was very important to American fashion as a whole. Her mission, to change the American fashion and enhance the reputation of American designers on an international scene, was very successful. Lambert put together a showcase of 53 designers. The showings were held at the Plaza Hotel. When the published American designs and designers showed up in the prestigious international magazines, America finally had a reputation and admirers in the fashion industry.
Social media has played the biggest role in how Fashion Week is covered by the media. It has made Fashion Week progress and become a bigger event than before. There was a relatively long delay between when a runway show occurred and when that information was relayed to consumers before technology and social media was invented. In the early 21st century, the quickest way to get news about Fashion Week was through print industry publication Women's Wear Daily. This started to change in 2005 and 2006 when a new breed of reporters calling themselves fashion bloggers came up with another idea. These people improved the quality of the content around Fashion Week. Brands are taking advantage of many of the same tools as the media. This year, more than 20 labels, including Marc Jacobs, Calvin Klein, Vera Wang, and Oscar de la Renta, hosted live streams on their websites. People who aren't as educated around fashion can now get that information they need to go to these shows. Social media has widened the crowd of attendees at Fashion Week. Social media has affected Fashion Week and has made it grow and progress. Fashion Week has changed drastically throughout the years and will continue to change as fashion changes with it.
Although Fashion Week has had many positive effects on our society, there has also been some negative ones. Our society, in general, is heavily influenced by social media as well as other forms of media. Therefore, by having Fashion Week have so much publication, it has quite a bit of influence on our society. People feel the need to follow the trends and look a certain way. When things such as clothing from Fashion Week, which is very expensive, and the looks of the models in Fashion Week become the trend, people may feel the need to look this way. This can cause stress on people financially if they are trying to keep up with the trends. It can also have a negative impact on people's self-image if they compare themselves to the unrealistic images of models. Therefore, encouraging people to try and imitate the unrealistic aspects of Fashion Week. So, although we have seen many positive effects from Fashion Week, we can now very clearly see the negative ones.
Philip Treacy is a fashion icon. He is a hat designer in London. Philip Treacy designs all of Kate Middleton's hats, Lady Gaga's outfits, and many other celebrities' fashion. We were able to interview him via email and get some questions answered. We learned that Philip Treacy grew up in a small village in Ireland. He had always wanted to design clothing after growing up surrounded by Irish dresses. He moved to London, and after going to design school, he asked his teacher if he should design clothes or hats. She said, design hats. That's when he started his career. Philip Treacy has been featured in Fashion Week, and after asking about how Fashion Week was changed over time, he said that every year people are expecting more and more. Fashion Week has become more and more extravagant due to popular demand.
We also got to interview Pamela Tahui. She is a local jewelry designer for 25 years on and off. She was inspired by her friends' parents when she was younger, who were jewelry designers. She has gotten to go to some of the smaller fashion weeks in Nashville and LA. We were able to ask her some questions about Fashion Week. She said that over the years, in her opinion, it has become more to do with money than creativity to get in. She also believes that it is glorifying some terrible, unobtainable body images of models in Fashion Week. She also said that getting into the smaller fashion weeks gave her business an opportunity to have access to people they wouldn't normally have access to, and that it helped her business greatly.
Fashion Week has changed drastically since 1943 when the first event occurred. Fashion Week has been located in many places all over the world, such as Paris, New York, Milan, and London. Fashion Week started out as just a small look for designers with membership to view the latest trends with high-end designers. Over time, the Fashion Week trend and presentations became more and more impressive in style, engaging all the senses in a full experience of photography, music, sophisticated staging, sets, and of course paparazzi. The amount of shows that went on in 1943 is just a fourth of the amount of shows that go on today. The first show only had 53 designers and took place at the Plaza Hotel. Today there are over 270 that have shows that occur all over the city, not just in one place, wherever the designers can rent out a space. Tents are the most popular place where showings occur. Designers also show their collections in their own spaces, lofts, galleries, and even restaurants. Today, Fashion Week has been able to secure many major sponsors and has evolved in New York over the years and become what it is today. The most popular place in New York Fashion Week is the Lincoln Center, where the main events are held. Fashion Week has become so popular and it's hard to navigate the schedule of all the events occurring, and it gets overwhelming and crowded. Fashion Week is also used as a sociable thing. People come from around the globe to experience the runway shows even if they have no business in the industry. Within the past 5 years, street style has become a great scene. People say the force outside the venues is a bigger show than what's going on inside. There's a greater pop culture today that's interested in fashion.
As a whole, Fashion Week has changed the history of the American fashion industry. It is continuing to change our society, and it has greatly changed since the first show and will continue to change over the years.